Alright, welcome back to class. In the previous section, we talked about how to create, we entered some of the inventory items. We saw how we entered those in inventory items, how we categorize them. So it is important you categorize your items like that, so that it will be easy for you to track your transactions and see the flow of things. So also pay attention, because setting up all these things is very, very important, because it will save you time in the process. When you have business is already running, you won't be having a lot of mistakes. Even though you are going to have minor mistakes, there are going to be minor mistakes that you can just correct immediately, not based because of the startup. And that is why it's also important that before you start any implementation, you should have all these things drafted just the way it is drafted like this first, and put all the necessary notes you're going to put before you start those implementations. So now we're going to see how to create general journal and create journal entries for all other non-inventory owner inventory items the owner contributed into the business. Now you can see that owner's investment, aka owner's contribution, to all we have it. To enter all other contributions, you may create one or multiple journal entries, determine the correct account, which is very important, to debit from the list below and credit the owner's investment. Remember that all of the items below were paid by Cassis from his personal bank account. Also remember to put the descriptions of each of the items. So do not skip any part of this video. Do not skip, follow through. Now let's see. We have rental deposit, which is refundable. That is, why is it refundable? If today he says he doesn't want again, it's a kind of like caution fee. When you're renting an apartment, you pay a caution fee. So that is this: if you're parking out anytime, the owner of that apartment will have to refund you that. So this is a rental deposit he made. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to create that. So we're going to go back to our journal entry. I will have said let's do all these transactions in one. Let's use one journal to create this transaction, but because the dates of this transaction are not the same, and the date of these transactions are not the same, so I will won't be able to do it like that. But these three transactions at the same date, I think I can use the same journal to enter them. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to enter this. So let's go ahead. Rental deposit. We have rental refundable deposit, which is the credit account. The description is this. So this is the description. What is the amount? The amount. So the account you're depositing into is refundable deposit. So that's why I say you have to lay out this. This one will work for you as this thing. It will be like a road map for you if you actually lay them out and spread them out like this. It will be easier for you to see. So we're going to debit this account. Then we're going to now credit. We're going to credit Cassis bank account, because the money is coming from Cassis bank account, and the date is going to be 1st March. The date is going to be 1st March. So we still have other transactions. We have first rent for March prior to opening. So let's go ahead, because it's the same thing. So we're going to say rent account, rent expense account. Rent expense account, so it's going to be 3,000. So this is going to be Cassis bank. Okay, Cassis bank. So what next? This is also 1st March. Electricity bill deposit refundable. Electricity bill deposit, we have refundable deposit. Refundable deposit is 900. So it's coming from Cassis. It's coming from Cassis bank. Cassis bank. It's going to be 900. 300. So the next one is going to be, okay, this is another different date. So because it's a different date, I will have to save this. And continue. So if you look at here, if this total balance is not equal, if the credit and debit sides are not equal, this account is not going to be balanced. But let's see, this account is not going to be saved. So let's see what will happen. So because, yes, now you can see the transaction is not in balance. Please make sure the total amount in the debit column equals the total amount in the credit column. So that's it. So we have to just make it equal. Once you do that, you click new. I haven't done that, so let's add this to, this is 5th of March. So this is going to utility. Okay, we have utility, phones and internet. We have utility account, phones and internet. We'll go back and edit this account. So let's go back and edit the account quickly before we continue. Yeah, I saw it. I wanted to leave it till I see what it is first. So this is utility. Phones. Phones and internet expense. Phones and internet expense. Phones and internet expense, close it. Then go back to our journal. You can see utility and internet expense, even though the expense is not included here. So it's 300. It's 300. The description is going to be this. The description is going to be this. So once you do that, this account is the one paying for it. This account is the one paying for it. Which date is that? What is the date? Is 5th of March. So we go ahead. Is that the only transaction on that date? Yes. So let's go ahead and save and new. So let's see. We have gallery setup supplies. Gallery setup supplies, office expense. Gallery setup supply, office supply expense. Gallery setup supplies. How much is it? We have this 435. So cassis account. Which date is it? It's 10th. That's the only date. That's the only transaction on the 10th. Save and new. Don't skip any process. Follow through with patience. Watch and see. If I am making any mistake, you take note of that. Now we have miscellaneous ad supply for classy. We have ad supply expenses. Ad supply expenses. We have ad supply expenses. 750. That's this account. So we have 15th. That's the dates. 15th. 15. So 7 close. So we have this. For large are displayed fair market value at the time of contribution is this amount, and the ads is ad display. The account that we're going to record it is ad display, which is an asset. Ad display, which is 1,800. Ad display. So it's coming from Cassis bank account. Cassis bank account. So that is it. The date is 25th. The date is 25th March. Date is very, very important. Always pay attention to dates. 25th. Let's go down and see what do you have. Yeah, we have deposit, owner's deposit to open a bank account. which is 31st March. Owner's deposit to open a bank account 31st March 20,000. This is Cassis account now. The Cassis account. Now Cassis account is 20,000. So you can see that we are going to have change in the other transaction now. So remember that everything we have been doing is the credit account is always Cassis bank account, because Cassis bank account is on paying those values. So now that we have this, what is going to be, because it's the capital contribution, we are going to have owner's contribution. It's going to be an equity account, owner's contribution. That's the cash contributed into the business. So once you do that, you click save, and we have to change that transaction date. So the transaction date is going to be the transaction date is going to be 31st. Save and close. So that is the end of this journalizing. That is the end of our journalizing of this item. So we are now done with journalizing. So what we're supposed to have in our account is going to be 29. Let's check 29,685. 29,685. Is that what we have? Let's check. Let's go back. It's good we also cross check and see if the values are correct. Let's go back. Go to, if you open your journal entry, make journal entry, go to report. You now say today's entries. Now these are all the transactions, the entries we made today. So here we are having 23.33 233.75. Let's see, why do we have such? Why do we have that? So you need to open up your calculator. Once you open your calculator, now look for the difference. 233.75 minus 29,685 minus 29,685. So the difference is in this value. So this is the value. This is why the value is the difference. That's the difference we have. So the difference is this value, this opening inventory we entered earlier on. That is why we are having the difference here. So everything has checked out. We are correct. So since we are correct now, let's move on and see what we're going to do next. So in the next section, we are going to see how to add customers and vendors. Yeah, we're going to look at how to add our customers and vendors and how to include their details as well and other transactions. So see you in the next class.